Good morning. I wanted to restart that series I was doing in John's Gospel. We'd gone as far as John chapter 6. I told the story of that incredibly busy day for Jesus when he starts the day grieving the loss of his cousin John, and then his disciples arrive back from a mission trip and they're excited, and then a crowd arrives and it's getting so tiring, and Jesus says to his disciples, "Come, let's get aside for a while." And then they get to the other side of the lake in the Sea of Galilee, and the crowd's already there, and Jesus, being Jesus, heals and teaches them. And there's that miraculous feeding of the 5,000 with 5 loaves and 2 fish. Then he sends his disciples back out on the lake, and they're in a storm. And Jesus appears at the end of the day and says, "Don't be afraid, it is I." I meant to do this on my normal walk to the shops, but it's got busier and noisier. But I love to do that walk because it gives me time to slow down and listen to God. A few days ago, it struck me that we have many different paces that we use to walk. Jesus matches his pace to us. That's the first thing I learned. You know, when you've got a little child and you're walking with them, you match your pace to them. Little Elias, our youngest grandson, has learned to walk, and if you're going to walk with him, you've got to walk at his pace. Or as my friend Roger, who was a head teacher for many years, put it, we have to slow down and bend down and sit at their level and listen. That's God too, isn't it? But there's another pace that we can walk at. In my family, Sheila has the one that stretches us. She walks at an incredibly fast pace, and to keep up, you've got to stretch yourself. It's true with God too. God stretches us, takes us out of our comfort zone so that we learn to trust him again in different circumstances. In John 6, Jesus has sent them out on the water, and he was going to then head home after his time up on the hill praying and maybe walk following the crowd. But as he's out there praying, he sees his disciples. Now, instead of the 45 minutes it's taken them to get back, or should take them to get back, it's now nearly 9 hours. And Jesus, Mark records, sees them. Imagine the fear, the doubt, the terror, despair even their anger. Jesus sent us out here. This is the long strides bit. This is the fast-paced, and where is Jesus? And Jesus appears and says, "Don't be afraid." Walking on the water, don't be afraid, it is I. Martin Irwin, my friend, did a soap, as he calls it, for today on March the 26th, where he reflected on this day, and he reflected on his children waking in the middle of the night in a terror or afraid, a nightmare. And you go in and you say to those children, "Don't be afraid." You almost use the same words. "Don't be afraid, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I am here." It's so good to hear those words, isn't it, when you're on the receiving end of difficulty. J. John, in one of his reflections a few weeks ago, said sometimes he calms the storm, but sometimes he lets the storm rage around us and calms us. The one who says it, "I am here, I am." It's the same words that Moses shared from the burning bush. The God will go and redeem his people out of Egypt. The God who is with you. It's important, isn't it, to hear that again. The words in Greek say ego eimi. Words in the future that will get Jesus into trouble all his life, actually. Ego eimi, I am. Words that would make people fall backwards. Words that will get us out of trouble when we recognize he is with us. It is I. Aren't you glad that he slows his pace to yours as well as stretching you? Thank him. Reach out to him today. May God bless you.